Margo, I'm Chelsea. I'm teaching you how to transfer from a wheelchair over to the bed or a mat table today. So what we're going to focus on first is getting our hands back onto the wheels. That's going to get us our starting position like this. So when you're sitting in your chair, I'm going to want you to weight shift to your left while you're flinging your right arm back. Now I want you to really maintain your tenodesis grip while externally rotating your shoulder so your elbow locks out. So it's really hard on that chair. Then we're going to shift over and get your left arm back on this wheel. So you're sitting here really stable. This is how we're going to start to get your hips forward. So from here, we're just going to shimmy forward onto the chair. You're going to weight shift and really push with your right arm to get your hips over. And you're just going to keep doing that until you feel like your hips are close enough. We really want this right hip to be as close to the table as we can get it. So from here, we're going to get your right arm onto the table. So you're going to weight shift to your left and get your right arm down. And then your left arm, we want it as close to your hips as possible on this seat. So you're going to weight shift to the right and let your left arm just fall down right next to your hips. From here, we're going to use a lot of upper body momentum to get your hips actually onto the bed. So with your upper body, you're going to swing your upper body to the left, and that's going to force your hips to go out to the right. So the opposite way of your hips is where your head's going to be. Now we want your hand on the table far enough away so you don't sit on it when you're moving over. So we'll momentum and get that weight shift going. Move your arm out, and your left arm again needs to get to your left hip. And we're just going to work on this shimmy of your upper body with your hips until we get you all the way up, all right? Once you're here, we're going to have you swing your arm back, so weight shift to the left, so your right arm can go back, and then opposite, so you're sitting in a stable position, okay? Okay. You understand? Yeah. All right, let's work on that. Go. All right, Marge, now that we have you in your chair, we want to first always make sure that your casters are forward, so we're not doing any tipping forward. But do you remember where we started first? First thing that we did?
I'm going to shift my weight to my left and fling my arm back.
Perfect. Good. Now how about your left arm?
Okay.
Awesome. Let's get that up on the tire. Now do you feel stable? Shoulders are rotated out. Feel okay? Now we're going to work on shimmying these hips forward. So I want you to weight shift and really use your arm to push your weight forward, and I'm going to help you here. Perfect. Come again. How about this side a little bit too? There you go. Now you feel comfortable here? Now let's get that right arm to the table. Perfect. Left arm as close to your hips as we can get it. Awesome. All right, so this is where we're going to use your upper body momentum. I'm going to get out of your way, so your head's going to go this way, and your hips are going to go that way. So maybe move your arm a little bit more forward so you have some room. There you go. All right, you ready? Big one here. Okay. Weight shift. Swing. Perfect. Just move your arm out. Give you a little bit more room. Keep working on that weight shifting. Great. Now let's move your arms back. Awesome. Comfortable there?
Yeah.
Very good job.
Thanks. Hi, Chelsea. I'm Margo, your PT today. I'm going to teach you how to transfer from your wheelchair onto your bed or onto this mat table. Okay, so what we're going to do first here is we're going to get your arms back onto the wheels here. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight over to this side and fling this arm back. You really want to make sure this arm is rotated out and your elbow's locked and your hand is grasped like this in a tenodesis grip. So you're going to fling it back like this. And then you're going to shift your weight over onto this side using your shoulders to fling this arm back. So you're right here and you're stable onto the wheels here. So from here, you're really going to use your shoulders to shift your weight, and while doing that, you're going to be shimmying your hips forward. Okay. So I'm going to shift my weight here, bringing my hips forward. And then I'm going to go over to this side, shimmy myself forward. I'm going to keep on doing that until I get closer to the table right here. So from here, I'm going to shift my weight over to this shoulder here and bring this arm over to the table. And then from here, I'm going to shift my weight back over to my right to bring this arm closer to my hip. You really want to make sure that your arm is close to your hip. Okay? So from here, to get ourselves onto the table, we're really going to have to use our upper body. So how we're going to do that is we're going to move our upper body in the opposite direction of where our hips are going to go. Okay. So you're going to shift your weight over to this side, using your upper body in the opposite direction to bring yourself over a little bit. So this arm's still too close to me, so I'm going to shift my way over and get it here. But from here, I can get my arm a little closer here. So then from here, I'm going to shift my way over to my left, using my body going the opposite direction to bring my body over to the table. Shifting my way once again over to my right, bringing my arm close to my side. Shifting my way over to the left again, bringing my arm out to the side. And then slowly shifting myself closer onto the table. And then we're just going to keep shifting our weight to get ourselves here.
Okay.
And then we want to keep shifting our weight to get our arm behind us, like this, so that we're stable here.
Okay.
Do you understand all the steps there?
Yes.
Great.
Go.
Okay, Chelsea, so now we're going to try this on our own.
Okay.
All right, so I already have the casters of your wheelchair forward so that you don't tip backwards, and I'm going to be blocking you here. So when you bring your body over this way, I'll be here to catch you.
Okay.
Okay? So do you remember what we do first?
Right arm on the wheel.
Okay, all right, so we're going to shift our weight over to this side. All right, I'm just going to help you get your arm here to be stable. Okay, so from here, you're going to shift your weight back over, bring that arm back. Okay, now from here, you really want to use your shoulders, and you're going to shift your weight over to this side and bring that forward. I'll help you. Okay, now shift over to this side. Okay, keep shifting. All right, so since we're already here, we're pretty close to the table. I'm going to have you shift your weight over to this shoulder and bring your arm here. All right, you did a great job of getting your arm over this table and shifting your weight. Okay, so now from here, I want you to shift your weight back over to this shoulder and bring this arm close to your hip. All right, great. It's very close to your hip, so that's exactly where we want it. So now I just want to make sure we can get your hip a little bit closer here. So if you can shift your weight over there, great job at using your upper body. So you remember from here, you really want to make sure you bring your upper body to me and bring your hips over here. So first we want to bring this arm out a little bit further. So that's perfect. Okay, so from here we can move our hips over.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to count to 3. Bring your body towards me and bring your hips to that side. 1, 2, 3, shift. Okay? All right, keep shifting your weight so we can get this arm onto the table. Shift your weight over here. All right, now we want to shift our weight to bring our arms behind us. Okay, so shift, then shift one more time. Perfect. You're stable here. You did a great job of transferring from the wheelchair onto the table.